gorgeous. But though, listen, they've got their eyes on us as well. They could get scraped with a couple of inches of rain out there over the next couple of days.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? These thunderstorms that have been forming the past couple of days, we were tracking this thing this past weekend.
Yeah.
And I mean, packing a punch when it comes to that already. But it's been an interesting system because you can see the center of, I wouldn't even say the center of circulation because it's kind of off to the side a little bit.
It's difficult to see, right?
Yeah, just because of those upper level winds. But this is really interesting because it's been a while since I've seen a track.
Let me bring it back one more time because it looks like someone's blowing up a balloon.
Right.
Here you go.
Whoop, there it goes.
There it is. It's a testament that it's going to sit and just drift over the next several days.
It just sit there in stalls, which honestly is kind of a horrible case scenario. Yeah, because they're just going to dump a bunch of rain on areas that we were talking about this before we jumped back on.
Yeah.
They don't need any more rain, really. Yeah,
no, and we've got the hurricane watch. It got pumped in there with the 11 o'clock package that they pumped out. That's for Haiti. That's for a spot right there. Mountainous region, clearly. The southern edge, you're going to get the wind coming in over the next several days. Jamaica, you guys, tropical storm watch, too.
Yeah, and already having this popping up. And the thing is, if this thing stalls, it's going to sit there for days and days. And so this is not just going to be a one-time event where it just kind of rushes on through. We're going to be dealing with tons of rainfall, gusty winds for potentially 5 days if these models are kind of getting into a consensus.
Right, if not longer, right?
Right.
If it doesn't get picked up by a trough. But I show you the water vapor imagery, Bayne, because this is what's keeping it at bay right now from explosive development. It's the dry air on the western flank. Look at that. I mean, there's a dearth of humidity right there.
Exactly. And I will say, too, this thing is kind of moving a little bit slowly. So it's kind of keeping it together because I feel like if it went a little bit faster, that drier air might have gotten caught up in it and it might actually be able to kind of
snuff it out a little bit
down. But it is moving slow, so that dry air is kind of being taken at bay and not doing too much. But it's something to watch out for. And it's interesting because the steering pattern kind of, disappears at this point.
That's right. That's why it's just going to sit and spin over the next few days. And when you zero into it, it's so interesting to look at the visible satellite imagery, and you're just trying to figure out, all right, where is the exact center of circulation? The hurricane hunters are in there right now. They're doing their fly around as we speak. But you zero in a little bit more, and as I hit it with my fat finger, those are the guys that are in there right now. So yeah, they're at a low level circulation, trying to figure out where it is, where the center fix is going to be, plus the winds around it. There it is. And when you look at this, I see several areas of circulation, some eddies. There's one right there, right? In the last couple of frames, you can see it. There's another one right here trying to get going.
It's not that concise. It's kind of, it's a little messy, to say the least. It's almost like a smiley face.
You think one of those has to draw, and everything will just go around it. But at this point, it's a little chaotic in there.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. Those upper level winds kind of messing it up a little bit. But, I mean, to that point, it's already so strong. I mean, what are the winds right now?
Started out at 50 right off the bat, right? And that's on the eastern side, clearly. But now we're getting lashed with the heavy rain just outside of Puerto Rico. Looks like even the western part is getting some rain right now, picking up, and it's going to, you know where it's going.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like with Puerto Rico, we've seen them kind of get slammed with a little bit more of this moisture, especially as these systems have been kind of cutting it on the other side lately. But yeah, this is an area that doesn't need too much more rain. And with the topography there and the mountain communities in there, you can see like a lot of landslides coming in pretty quick at that point.
What they even mentioned that with their discussion too. So that's going to be a problem. National Hurricane Center thinking if you drop that much rain in a short period of time, even if it's stretched out through next Monday, landslides are going to be a huge concern for Dominican Republic and Haiti.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how long it takes. I mean, you're going to get inches and inches, and it's going to be consistent. It's just it's not going to stop. It's just kind of a sticky situation for them. They need to be on high alert for sure. And of course, you were talking about those winds too. It's going to be gusty, and I mean, this system kind of has everything it needs to really just explode eventually within the coming days.
Well, the good news is the forecast is for a gradual ramp up, not rapid intensification, but we know that's always a possibility. Right? They're going up to 80-mile-per-hour winds forecasted, max sustained, and you're talking about day 5. So it's gradually going to go up there. But look at the water temperatures again, Bayne. That's huge.
It is so warm in there. And this was a spot that was untapped until now. Nothing has been touching it all season, the Caribbean. And now we have untapped territory, and it's incredibly warm. And not just like, I don't want to say hot because it's not hot, but I mean, 87, that's close.
You say,
to hot.
Man, that's warm. And when you close in on 90 degrees, it's warm water basin right here, the Caribbean Sea. And they are flying through it right now. And The beneficial part about them flying into it right now is to find out exactly where that center circulation is going to be, if they can find it. Also, how strong the winds are coming in and out of the storm system. They pump all that into the computer models, the hurricane models. We'll get a better sense of what's going to happen by this time tomorrow, no question.
Yeah, absolutely. So this stuff that they kind of get in there and all the data that they collect is so crucial for us and as forecasters and meteorologists to be able to get a better idea of where this thing is headed or where it's going to be stuck sitting if we find that center. But I mean, it does look incredibly healthy right now here, Bob, like on visible satellite. Right? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, let's get to the scenarios. Bayne, we'll get to the steering flow of the scenarios because things have changed around a little bit since yesterday. We're talking to Brian Norcross, a hurricane expert, and the majority of the models were taking it up to the north and then jetting it out across the Atlantic.
Right.
Now they're kind of tempering back just a touch.
Yeah, they're kind of keeping it a little bit at bay. And I was looking at them just before I came down here, and it's interesting because we take into account, especially with this model, all of the models, the Euro, the GFS, the AI model, and they all are, well, they kind of have a better consensus, kind of trying to turn it that way, but I mean, there is still that scenario where it could head a little bit more towards the west.
Right, and there's a little bit of a loop scenario too, and that's what the actual model is. What the National Hurricane Center's track does that little loop.
Right.
So when it does that, it stalls out in the same spots, and that just gives day after day of epic amounts of rainfall for whoever's sitting underneath it, which at this point looks like it could be Haiti, could be Dominican Republic, could be Jamaica.
Yeah, they all need to be on alert for the next few days. I mean, this is going to be continuous through the end of the week. I mean, even longer probably. And I mean, that low, that center of circulation right there. And I will say, looking at the AI model, which was not my favorite at the beginning of the season. I think it's done a pretty good job of kind of predicting where these things might go. It does kind of take it out a little bit more towards the Atlantic after a few days of just sitting there. So that's a little bit of an interesting way. But there are still models that want to take it a little bit more to the west too.
This right here is scenario number 2, which is looking more and more likely. And I was showing you before, anytime you see a arrow like that on one of our weather maps, it's not a good thing.
No,
it means confidence isn't as high as it could be.
No, definitely not. And I mean, like you said, I mean, if it just kind of circles there, that's going to just dump a ton of rain for days and days, gusty winds, just really bad conditions for a lot of these islands. But I mean, you can even see on our models here, they're kind of differentiating just a little bit,
Trending to the left, which is not what we want to see, what we thought was going to happen. But look at all the models.
Yeah, okay. I love watching the spaghetti plots.
Thanks. It's like every direction and for due south. That's
like,
the only one it's not going in. It's unreal.
Seriously, it's just kind of like if you are in the Caribbean, stay on alert because it could go in any which way.
Right, I was saying that before. You're tropical storm watch already for Jamaica. If you've got plans to go there for the weekend, this is something you really need to be concerned with because rain will be the biggest factor, but windy conditions too. Dominican Republic, heavy rain is going to be a huge concern. Just keep your eyes on the forecast. For your Hurricane HQ, we'll have it for you for sure.